wonder what they're like. From our viewpoint, Professor, they're either suprahuman or subhuman.
Hello out there in the YouTuberverse. It is Max and I am back at you. We are doing one of my favorite things to do on Arena, and that is an Arena Cube draft. That's right. Arena Cube back on the in-between for Edge and Spider-Man. So we are right up in that Arena Cube, as you know. We love doing it here. Welcome on in if this is your first time. If you're back, welcome on back. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me for a little draft action. Some of my favorite thing to be doing. It's my first go at the Arena Cube, so we'll see how this iteration treats us. I do know that there are three of each fetch, 2 of each shock in this iteration of the cube here. So that is pretty darn exciting. It also drastically changes my basic strategy for approaching the cube draft, which is normally to start off with the fixing, because cube is a format full of extremely playable cards. So I like to prioritize my fixing over a lot of more lower power level, if you want to call it that, because you'll fill out your curve. There's no question you'll hit your playables in the average cube draft, right? So I tend to prioritize fixing over those things. So we'll see what I get here. It's definitely going to change my priority on how I take things. So essentially my range of bombs, I have to expand that a little bit. So the hope is going to be like what always is in Arena Cube, is that you just open a fantastic card right out of the gate, very first thing, and then we can build around it as much as possible, because we're going to get the color fixing. So multicolor bombs now go up a little bit because there's just less of a barrier for taking those particular cards. So it's pretty awesome to see. So hopefully this queue readies up here momentarily and we can go ahead and get started with the draft. Here we go. Appreciate y'all being here. All I had to do is call it out. Key to the Archive is a card I take early and often, and will likely be my first pick of the draft. Here, cards that are close, like cards that I would not normally take that I think need some reevaluation now. I love Remand. I love cheap interactive spells. I think that card's very good. Legion Warboss can take over a game, especially if you can ramp it out quickly. Chrome Mox is in this iteration of the cube, so being able to slam this down on something like turn 2 is very powerful and can take over a game. I think Lotus Cobra is a very fun card. Obviously, one of the best cards in this particular pack is the Great Henge. This card can just take over a game. Creature-based mid-range decks tend to overpower the early aggressive decks, so that is quite a take. I'm going to take Key to the Archive here. It keeps me open to other options, so we'll see what we have. Here we have a Flame Slash and a Fatal Push for cheap interaction. We have Oathsworn, I think it's just okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's I think falls in okay. Voice of Resurgence is a fun card. Renin 6 is a really strong card if we can get land shenanigans going. I don't know if that's the direction we would necessarily want to go. That's kind of a cool card. For a single blue, it's hard to argue. I think I want one of these 2 interactive spells. The shop is really good. It just doesn't play the best with our Key to the Archive initially. So I'm going to avoid that one and go for one of either Flame Slash or Fatal Push. We'll take Flame Slash and see where that takes us. We have some fixing here, as mentioned. Stadium Headliner. I see Nissa. This card's quite good. You can put it down pretty quickly. The Guardian and the Restoration Angel. Funny that they're both in the same pack. Very, very similar cards. Maze Mind Tome is good. Continues to just let us stay open. Let's look at what this Moose does. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, seek a land and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Good stats. Just 3/3 for 2 that does positive things. Venomous Blast is really good. Classically a strong card. Key to the Archive, we can ramp to 6. It is important to note. So what I'm looking for more than anything else is a 2-mana accelerant right now so that I can theoretically get my Key to the Archive down a turn sooner, and that'll let me get into more impressive plays down the line. I think I'm going to take the Maze Mind Tome out of this pack just to stay open. A little bit of an early take for that card, I will admit for sure, but we'll see what we can do with it. In color is a Braid. I love the cheap interaction here. Tireless Tracker is one of my just full stop favorite Magic cards. This card's very fun. Gives you a good grindy way to take advantage in a long game, and something green doesn't normally get to do. Fairy Mastermind's impressive. The Dread Knight is decent if you're in those colors. Hard Evidence is really impressive. This is a lot of value for 1 blue mana. You get an 0/3 blocker and you get to draw a card. Down the line is super impressive stuff. I think here I'm just going to stay in red and take a Braid and see if I can continue to interact on that axis. I think that's a good spot for us to live. There's an Elvish Mystic, which is important. It can ramp out to the Maze Mind Tome. Spell Snare, Hall of Storm Giants, Roaring Furnace, and the Steaming Sauna, plus a Prismari Command, all really good. We could take the Roaring Furnace and say maybe this is inroads into blue-red. We could take the Molten Impact and continue to stay just red X. I think those are better options than taking the Elvish Mystic here. Murderous Rider would be really good to go with the Fatal Push if we had taken that. So that's worth noting as well. Ooh, it's a toughie. Number of cards in hand. I'm just going to take the Molten Impact. Single color. Consistent value removal, I think is really good. 2 very good red cards in this pack. Carry Zev, Crew of 2, which is a really strong card. Lets you get Ragavans, like real deal Ragavans, and hit with them. And then there's Impetuous Lootmonger, who's a first striker that also lets you heist, which I think is one of the most annoyingly good mechanics in this cube. Just taking your opponent's good cards and using it against them is strong, and you always get something, right? Like I always get the Lootmonger, and I get something out of my opponent's deck, which is really super strong. Like it can't be overstated. I like Prismatic Vista a lot, but I think it's one of these 2 red cards, and I'm just going to take the cheaper card that lets me interact. So a couple ways we can go about this now is we can take something like Thragtusk or Kogla, both very good green cards. The Thragtusk in particular is nice to help us come back from losing to a creature beatdown strategy. We could take Magda, which is a 2-mana ramper, right? Like we can Magda, use her in some way, and move up to Key to the Archive quicker, and it's in color. I just don't want to fall victim to just strictly like I'm taking red and then like a lot of other things aren't open for us, but Magda is good, but Thragtusk feels like a card we'd really want in this deck. That's tough. That's a tricky call. I guess we'll just take Magda for now. When it's close, let me just lean into the lane where we stay the most open. Mind Security's really good. This conjures a Flame Tongue Kavu that lets you pay it for free. Super strong. Free cards are free. I don't know if that means anything to you, but if it does, you know what's up. Free cards are free. I'll take the Mind Security here. It's a cheap trampler. It blocks well and trades up. I think it kind of is doing everything we want to be doing. All of the red cards came back. This is nuts. The Anji's Ravager is good if we're going aggro. I'm still not convinced we're fully aggro. Exquisite Firecraft's nice removal. We do have a little bit of cheap interaction. Going up to 4, that's what this does. This is nice for something like blue-red spells. I'm just going to go ahead and take the Legion War Boss, because as I mentioned at the top of the draft, just the kind of card that can take over. The Fatal Push Wield, I'm going to take it. I think it's better than Balustrade Worm. This is a good card that can keep coming back. The Soul Shredder's good if I felt like we were more aggressive. Do I just want Stomping Ground to let me fix into green? We saw a lot of green cards that are strong at Kogla and that Thragtusk. Dang. I guess I'll take Stomping Ground here. Bit Blast, punishing me for not taking the card. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, we could take this Moose. Strange sentences. I'm going to take Bit Blast. Worst case, we end up Jund or something along those lines. Not a big deal. There's a Cult Conscript here. I'm going to take Hard Evidence just to see. I think, should I just take Cult Conscript? Swiftspear's Teachings is a cool card, but it's not really going to be for us, unless we were to go into Prowess. I don't foresee that. Take the Cult Conscript here. Late Prismari Command, late Tanook. Like, we're just... Red is definitely wide open. I think I'm going to take Prismari Command here. Yeah, we'll just take the black card here over Tarmogoyf. This amulet is no joke, by the way, even though it was a last pickup. Okay, red cards, we have a Draconautics Engineer and a Slicer, or Seer Slicer. Black cards, we have Dam, which is strong. We also have Preacher of the Schism, which is a really nice pickup for a deck like this. That's where I'm leaning. I do like Solemn a lot. I think Preacher is going to be the card I take out of this pack. Ghostfire Slice is solid, but we have a decent amount of removal. I'm going to move the Bit Blast and the black cards out for now, just to not skew my vote too much, but it sounds like we're pretty much going to take the Preacher of the Schism, I think. So that means we probably move these two back in. Not convinced yet on the Cult Conscript, but I'll take the Preacher of the Schism here. Crabomination is very strong. Murderous Cut is really good. Zulaport Cutthroat pays us off for sacrificing things. Look at Tears of the Track. Okay. It's an interesting card. Crabomination, huh? This is really good. I think it's a good payoff for being in black. It's also a 6-mana card we can ramp with key into. There's a Harvester of Misery. This is really good too. I do like the Quarcy Revenant quite a bit. Whenever one or more creatures die, put a wreck counter. At the beginning of your upkeep, if this enchantment has one or more wreck counters, remove a wreck counter from it and seek it on there. It's really good. Just like lets things keep dying, and that's okay. Two damage cards in this pack. I'm not going to prioritize that. I think I'm just going to take the Harvester of Misery. Verdant Catacombs does have the ability to unlock being both a green, black, and red source for us if we wanted it. I think right now I'm just going to prioritize the Harvester. Pearl Collector, gained 4 or more life. Likely not going to be what we're doing. I see a cut down here. Embercleave, probably not for us. Solid card, no doubt. Marionette Apprentice is really good. Just being able to lose life via things going to the graveyard is really strong. I'm not convinced we're a sacrifice deck, so I'm just going to take the cheap interaction. We need a way to get over the top now of bigger decks. This card is insane, by the way. This Tajik is so good. This is another, like, Blood Artist style effect. I think this Observer seems pretty interactive and annoying. The Twins look better for an aggro deck. This just looks more disruptive. I don't love the black, but I can live with that. Tassiger is pretty good in a deck like this. Like, it just provides recursion, which is really good for us. Obviously, Bob can be quite good and give us card advantage. We have 1 6, 1 5, 2 5s, a 4. Our curve's not ridiculous. Dark Confidant is tempting. Tassiger is solid. It requires green, though, to really pay us off. Or blue. I haven't totally written off blue. It just seems like that's not the direction we're moving. Elegy Acolyte is extremely solid. And the Regent is also fine. It's an on-curve good card. It also is a board wipe. So I think I'm going to take the board wipe over the Elegy Acolyte, though I think Elegy Acolyte is extremely strong. Like I said, like finding a way to go over the top of the bigger decks is kind of what we're looking for. Is a Bonehorde Dracosaur that does that pretty well. Shoof. That card's insane. Pylon, a nice piece of interaction. Bomat's good for aggressive decks. This card's very good if you're playing aggressively and playing goblins, but I think just the Bonehorde's really nice. Kind of shores up that top end I was talking about. Now we have Ghostfire Slice versus Go for the Throat versus Solemn. The duels don't really do a lot. I'm looking for red-black based fixing now. Take Go for the Throat here. Like I said, coming through pack 2, there we go. We already have a lot of playables. This card's absurd. I'm going to take this now. We're going to hit our playables, right? We're at 20 playables right now. There's some of those 2 damage cards. I think there's more of a chance we'll want the Bolt than the Dragonfire. The Apprentice is pretty good here. I'll take it as a 2-drop. 2-drop that makes bodies is solid. Take the Path? Do I want this? Let me take the Surveil land. It's double off color, but just on the odd case we backdoor into... Nice. Got the Acolyte last. I'm not convinced it makes the deck yet. Because it's going to be a lot of cuts, no doubt. Caustic Exhale's really good. 1 and a black just kills a thing. We have a couple dragons. That really helps. We have a lot of cheap interaction. Another Bloodstained Mire could be good for us. Could take Old Lava Man. It's early for that card. This card tends to wheel quite a bit. Professional Facebreaker is very strong as well. Maybe I need the Facebreaker? Looks like it's coming down the spot of the curve that's a little soft. Crucius is really good. Lightning Bolt's really good. Unholy Heat's really good. Infernal Grasp is really good. Generous Plunder is really good. Crucius is really strong. It's a 2-color card, so it might wheel. Do I need the Lightning Bolt, though? I don't think so. Take the Crucius here. Yeah, I'd like to see a couple more 4s in the deck if possible. Mindstone, that's pretty good. That was the thing I mentioned at the top of the draft. That's what we're looking for the most. That's a crazy card. That could be potentially game winning on its own. Am I that into curving anymore? Like, I don't think I need the ramp anymore. Do I just take Virtue? Virtue? I think so. It's a good way to close out a game. Makes our Dark Confidant a little scarier. Chandra's great. It's a kind of a 4-drop that I really, really want in my deck.
You want to go, tough guy?
So we're already way over playables now. Atali, Gonti. I think the first Gonti is worth a lot here. It's another 4. We have Regent, we have Chandra, and Key to the Archive, and that is it. Atali's really good, but having picked up Virtue to be a good game closer, I think it's fine to take Gonti here. Probably have to drop Bob now, because there's just too much of a risk based on our curve. This is a red-black land. I will take that here over... Not a ton for us. Jadar, or I think this Herald is quite good. Yeah, it's really good. But I'll take a tapped dual land. More cheap removal. I didn't screw this up, did I? Okay, good. It's a black. I don't know if I need a Ziatora's Proving Ground, too. Like, that's just a lot of tap lands. I guess Lightning Strike. Graveyard Trespass is pretty unique. And a good mid-game card, so I think I'll prioritize that. Blood Crypt here has to be the take. Giving up on Blood Tithe, which I think is a very good card. Triumphant Getaway, I would consider splashing, because it's also extremely strong. But we're hitting playables, right? Like, we're just hitting playables, there's no question. I think a proactive 1-drop with plenty of... I don't think I need this, because we're not aggressive. Wow. Should I take the 2-drop with Menace? We have a few 2-drops. This could probably let me cut Plasma Bolt pretty easy. I have plenty of cheap removal now. Plenty of removal, honestly. So this is very straightforward, kind of just good curve, good stuff. Could be very susceptible to a lot of things in the cube, but I do think that we also have outs to many a thing in the cube as well. That Mind Stone, also this links to each player. We don't have very many non-basics. I'll take it. I don't know if it really suits our curve, but if I feel like we need another drop on that point in the curve, wow. Got a Evolve Sleeper and Zealous Conscripts here. Take the Sleeper. Another early game play. Piggy Bank is fine as a 2-drop if we need it. Like, we just got everything we needed. Like, this is crazy. It's 34 cards. And I think we have 3 land? 4 land, maybe? It's not many. Yeah, with 3 lands, so casually need to cut 8 cards from this deck it's gonna be tricky. Let's do a little sort, see what we see. I like having 2 1-drops here, something to do. Do we need cut down? Like right now, right now we're weighted towards red, but not by a ton. Go for the Throat, Abrade. I like Go for the Throat a lot being unconditional, for sure. This is a sorcery that deals 4 with a minimal impact. I think that's probably... Considering we have 2 1-drops that can deal 4... Well, I guess 4 or 6. We can probably nix the Molten Impact. Our 3-drops are kind of curved out pretty nicely. This Observer looks hard to cast. Though we do have a lot of double black pips. This Harvester not as much. Just taking a look at our 2s. See what I can see. Target opponent reveals each non-land card. You may choose one of those cards and exile it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner seeks a non-land card with lesser mana value. I mean, the exile's a really good card from their hand. It's a 3/1 flyer. It's nuts. Maybe we're not there on something like Legion Warboss. I'm okay with that. Let's read the Herald one time as well. It's a 2/4 lifelink for 4. When this creature enters, you seek a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less. Some strong options in here. That card gains Warp 0 until the end of turn. You lose 2 life. So it's a 2/4 lifelink that essentially gives us a card that we can warp, play, and then it can do the warp thing. You may cast this card from your hand and then exile it to begin the next end step and cast it from exile on a later turn. So it just gives us like 2 copies of something really good. That seems quite strong to me. The creature curve looks good. We have 18 creatures. Maybe we could drop something like Marionette Master. It's just like we don't have a lot of tokens now, having dropped like we have Preacher of the Schism that deals in tokens. Kind of Bonehorde Dracosaur. So I think Marionette Apprentice probably isn't necessary here. Meaning we want to cut 5 cards from down here most likely. So this is -3/-3. So it's a little redundant with the Lightning Strike. So we could say let's adios the Lightning Strike. Kind of move this over here. Chandra seems really good. Key seems really good. Cut Down could be the card we remove. Now we're heavier black, so maybe I go for something like, instead of Cut Down, we go for something like Flame Slash. I don't want to give up too much of my early removal. The Maze Mind Tome seems like it could be good, though we're going to curve out. If we're playing something on curve every turn, the Maze Mind Tome loses value. But it always scries. That's the thing. This is a tricky... Feels like we're going to be cutting one more creature at least, and then probably still cutting off of the curve down here. So we swung towards black being the heavier color. We could drop the Observer. It seems extremely good on 3. Maybe the Facebreaker is not that good. Like, it's just kind of a 2-3 menace. I mean, we get value out of it. Like, it accelerates us. A 3 that accelerates us to 5. It's a really tricky cut. Like, series. It's going to be a series of cuts that are going to be difficult, for sure. The instants versus sorcery, I don't think matters to us too much. Because we're not going to be holding up things all the time. This is built-in removal as well. Could cut Bit Blast. 4 damage plus Cascade. It cascades into so much good stuff. It seems too good. Just, like, this is the value, right? When people speak of junding them out, this is kind of what they're talking about in a lot of ways, is this value. Maybe Magda's lost value here. It's a 2-1 that must attack to do something. Maybe we're just not that into that. The double black pips early feel dicey to me on the Cackling Observer. So I guess we do that. We're soft to flyers. We have plenty of removal, though. I do like the flexibility of a lot of this removal. It's quite good. Like, Harvester also doubles as a 2-mana removal spell, right? So it's like, this has to be the... 2-mana removal spell has to be the cut. This is unconditional. This also has dual purpose. So a 1-drop removal spell was probably the correct choice. So just nix the Flame Slash. It feels the most overlapped. 15 versus 9. Key to the Archive does not do the most, I will say. Like, it doesn't do the most. It lets us Crabomination quickly, and that's really some of the most flexibility we get out of that card. Xander's Lounge helps us a little bit if we take a blue card out of the spellbook. So there are a few options as well. We just can't cast that many that easily. So maybe it's Key to the Archive, which sounds insane to me, to be honest. But is this the kind of deck that can afford to take a turn off for Key to the Archive? Maybe not. I'm going to cut it. That's not something I would normally do. It was our pack 1, pick 1. We'll try it and see. And if there's a couple points where it ends up being this card would have been extremely good because of the flexibility, right? Like, Key to the Archive, take Counterspell, pass, and then we get to hold up Counterspell through the rest of the draft is extremely good. Like, I pack 1, pick 1. You don't have to convince me, right? Like, that was my pack 1, pick 1. We get to go first. We have Grim Lavamancer and a Mountain, and then we are possibly screwed until we draw a Swamp. Should we try to mulligan to do better than that? We have turn 2, and then, so our first draw for turn, we're already falling behind. I think we have to mulligan this. This is better, for sure. I think we can probably put the Virtue of Persistence on the bottom. Though it is a play on 2. It's that versus Herald, to my eyes. I'll put back the Virtue. Definitely want to lead on Mountain. Forest, if there's a mana accelerant, we bolt it. There's not. Swamp, we pass. So we would just simply be holding up Virtue at this point. is only 2 damage, so we can't do anything about it, which is not good for us, by the way. I'm taking the turn off to kill the Curator because it's such an insane source of card generation and acceleration. It just does too much heavy lifting. I think we can play Preacher here. Or do we want to go for Herald? Let's do Herald. I haven't gotten to play it yet, so I'm interested to see how it looks. Okay, so now we have an extra card in our hand. So it's just a straight 2-for-1, prevents an attack from Nissa without us gaining life. So I'm fine with that. That's totally reasonable. Nissa into Nissa.
Sow the seeds of perfection into the flesh. Phyrexia must be nurtured.
Looks to be mono green. Agua fights the Bonehorde Dracosaur. Don't have a red up to punish that play.
Fight beside us.
Don't know if we're gonna be able to get out of this one. We're just not drawing cards like we would hope to be. Creature right now towards Delirium. That's bad for us. Just get mono greened out. Don't think we're gonna be able to keep up with this. We just don't have. We haven't seen our unconditional removal, and the Planeswalker's just destroying us single-handedly. Just creature in our graveyard. Creature and instant. See what we draw here. I don't know as though we have a board wipe. It's taking too much time for me. That's the big thing, is we're missing like Night's Whispers, So I'm going to take a look. Might have to play that Dark Confidant and just spin the wheel. Because where we ran out was in terms of card advantage. So I just drop like a piggy bank here. Seeing if there's anything else here that gives me a source of card advantage. I'm going to take the key and put it back in. Definitely some cards would have helped us. We did have the Regen as a board wiper. Harvester wasn't really going to help. Herald was fine. Is it our weakest 4-drop? Probably. We'll try that. It is a source of card advantage in that it finds a card, but, like, playing it on curve, definitely not correct, because we just... I mean, if we had hit a removal spell, we would have been thrilled, but... We will have to examine some of our removal, too, to make sure it can hit Planeswalkers, if that comes up again. We get to go first. We have a 2-drop and a 2-drop to interact, so that's pretty good. Okay. Just destroy that now. There's no reason to let it chill. We have the mana available to us. It's just worth doing here. See what they do here. We could go Chandra into Corey, or could go Corey Steel Cutter and see what the follow-up is. Well, you want this out first for the Flurry ability. So we could just Chandra, for example, and just nix the Ranger of Eos. See what they find here. If they find something with haste, that becomes a little less tempting just because they could go haste. Looking for a 1, 2, or 3 cost card to go with this Corey Steel Cutter. Oh, really in the tank there. There's the Rabbit Battery and the Micaeus. Okay. We saw the Rabbit Battery previously. Do we want to just play Bone Horde here? Key is fine. Chandra's fine. I guess we just Chandra eliminate the Ranger of Eos?
You want to play with fire, huh?
No attacks here. Rabbit Battery means we want to protect Gonti. Or we want to protect Chandra with Gonti. That in hand. If they play Micaeus, I think our turn's gonna be like if we draw a land. How much life gain do we have? Just go no blocks for now. Xander's Lounge is not exactly what we're looking for. With the Rabbit Battery, like, being able to give, like, for example, the Bone Crusher Giant haste, Gonti still has a lot of value. Okay, they cannot play and equip the Rabbit Battery. Sorcery in here? No. Okay. Got to just kind of mow through their board there. Seeing the power of cards like Gonti and Heist that turn, right? Like, we played 2 cards of theirs against them, right? Like, it was just so much card advantage. Being able to trigger our Bonehorde Dragosaur first was worth a lot. Key the Archive looking a little clunky there. I think the Regent was just better in the abstract, because if they attempted to go wide after we got lucky off the hit. If the Bonehorde was still there, we might have to consider just, like, attacking to see if they wanted to trade. But we got so many free cards on that turn. It's just, like, insane. Free or cards from the opponent. Like, it's just, that's the kind of card advantage that I'm talking about. Opponent goes first. We'll see what they do, but, I mean, we're not going to throw this hand back. It's pretty solid. We have removal on 2, sleeper on 1 if we want it. We'll see what we draw, we'll see what they play, and that'll kind of dictate how we want to navigate this, because we do have plays on every turn up to 4, and then 4 we could start activating Evolve Sleeper. So there's a lot of options here. It feels like Xanderzon's just going to be correct and just skip on Evolve Sleeper, but we'll see what they do. It's really going to be ball in the opponent's court. Take a look at these sleeves. A dragon. Pretty cool, I like my scuffed up sleeves. They scuffy. We scuffed it. This is pre my time. I do have cards that look like this, though. It's my favorite way to get a card for Commander, because you know it's going to be, like, significantly lower than the average market value. I think we're just going to lead on Xander's Lounge here. No reason to go crazy. They're not going crazy. We don't need to respond to anything right away. 3/3's good. Do we want to just take the moose out? The answer is probably yes, honestly. If they were able to saddle that, it could be a way to dig them back out of the mulligan. Yeah, so, like, this is fine. It's not good for us, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to undersell it or anything. Let me make sure I understand this. You may discard a card if you do create a treasure token and choose one of the 2. Choose 1, greater. So probably ditch the Maze Mind Tome. Yeah, that is card advantage. Let's do that. Ambitious greater. Okay, got a 6. The treasure token definitely helping a lot here to make sure we can Chandra next turn. They just Skyclave the Crucius and hit us with the Sentinel's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. If we draw an untapped land, we can Bit Blast. This is 4 damage. Not anymore. And we can hit the Skyclave Apparition for sure. But for 6 down. Nothing. Okay. I don't love burning a treasure for this Maze Mine Tome, so I don't think I will. I don't love it. Seth Raven. Gotta imagine that gets tossed. If they tossed. Yeah, they tossed 6. They're probably looking for land. No blocks here. No reason to block here when I can play another creature and potentially do some damage. They got their land. It's not that. Thinking what I want to do here, how I want to proceed. I gotta find something that can... Like, we can play Chandra and protect it for a turn, but it costs us the treasure, and I just don't want to do that here. There's not much I can really say about it because we're just in a position where every move we make is going to be not a really strong one. You got me. There's just nothing I can do. Yeah, there's not much I can say about it. We're just falling behind. Opponents' map tokens just kind of let them run away with this game, unfortunately for us. There's not much I can do about it. Just no mana. Yeah, that's definitely going to the bottom. I was gonna hit the... Can we do anything here? We can play Chandra. Add red. That would let us then Graveyard Trespasser. It doesn't mean a whole lot. Let me read this real quick. See what they have here. They are playing white and have access to 2 white sources, so this would be something like an exile effect. Okay. Now we're going to diversify our threat base.
I'm the best fire starter there is. Yup, you're going down.
We also want to reduce their clock, right? Like this was just 9 damage this turn. So if they wipe the board, we still have Chandra, assuming the removal does not get Planeswalkers. That's not uncommon for board wipes to do these days. So looks like they are surveilling and they kept on top. Just a double block here. If they have a trick at their last card, so be it. Not sure why they attacked there. They wanted the map token, I guess, but then they have no creature to map token onto, so they kind of fell behind after getting ahead. That card beat the crap out of us. The first counter is what really did us in. We just couldn't deal 4 damage anymore. I mean, the whiffing on land drops doesn't help either. But that first +1/+1 counter on that Sentinel was nuts. So good for them. They'll never realize how good that was. Crazy time. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me for another video. We're here every Thursday on YouTube. Be sure to give us a sub if you haven't. We'd appreciate it greatly. Really, really helps. For real. It's a huge deal. Opponent goes first. This is fine. Ooh, this is bright. Bright map in comparison. In your library. Interesting. Just lead on out in here. Oof. That's so bright. They're gonna look at their top? There's no reason to look at their top card. They're gonna look at our top cards. Draw a card. Mishra's Bauble, very free. Prismatic Vista. That's neat. Because it becomes basic. That does a lot. That's really cool. I think we want to conjure here just in case. Right now we can't block anything. A Braid could do some heavy lifting. Probably drawing a card or putting the counters on here. Interesting they went there instead of drawing a card just in case I top deck the Flame Tongue Kavu. Next turn we'll likely run out the Facebreaker. We'll see. This thing just randomly hit 2 Flooded Strands with that ability. That seems preposterous. I think we are obliged to shoot the Vendilion Click. We do need to find an answer for the Hall Creeper as well. But I think we're just falling a little too far behind now. Let's go for my 3-drop here. We can't block, so we might as well get in some damage here. The Architect definitely has impressed me a good deal this game. Being able to just use the Flooded Strand to find another basic to put it as really, really strong. And to keep their hand just nice and full. Very, very impressive. That's the fun thing about Cube, is sometimes you lose, but you don't mind too much, just because why does it keep hitting fetch lands? And why have they drafted all these fetch lands? It's amazing to me that they're still digging for something, considering everything that's gone on here and how many cards they've drawn. We're ahead in this game in terms of life total, which is insane, right? See what happens here. Feels like it's just going to be a flashback of Lingering Souls to give them a couple of blockers. But maybe they have bigger fish to fry here. Interesting. Still, I know flashback is definitely scary. Attacking people. No real choice but to put them on a clock, you know. If they have pump, or they have like something that kills me, it's totally fine. The only way out of this is I kill them and they can't clear 1 damage. Red, it seems unlikely. Yep. It's like I said, there's not much we can do there. They with all their sacrificing and crazy land base, they put themselves to 3. Like, imagine they don't have the way to deal damage. Like, that's pretty scary. 2 and 2 here. Appreciate it again, everybody hanging out. Happy to have you here. I think the deck is fine. I think it's lacking in a couple of areas, but hopefully we can get a couple more wins out of it here. I just always like to break even so I can just keep cube drafting, basically. This hand's fine. We can just lead on Grim Lavamancer here. Follow up with the security, and then we'll use the Bloodstained Mire next. Oh boy. Never mind. Change of plan. I mean, we're still going to use the Bloodstained Mire because we want to use it. We just get black here, and then we have to Virtue that Tamiyo. That card's just one of those games that can run, or one of those cards that can run away with the game. There you go. If you don't deal with it. Oh, that's a really cool card. We'll just take this time to play the tap land, I think. No reason to go too crazy. Where's the FTK? We'll play Bridger of the Schism here, I don't care. Gets countered, it gets countered. This was insane. Oh my god. That's why you play Bit in this one. I'm glad I got to at least show off what it does. Ran out of cards there, but jeez, because this exiles. That was definitely a little mental misstep on my part. So they can block our Mind Security and then take 2 in Trample. And it removes the Mind Security, which isn't bad. I mean, we can just now Virtue of Persistence in the next turns. It's going to be tough for the opponent for sure. Kind of popped off there. The deck does do some stuff, you know? Like, we kind of popped off there. deal with the enchantment. They have some white, it looks like, through the Raugan Prion. I'm just gonna put mine security back. Okay. Doesn't really do much, but sure. It's really spinning their wheels here. Sure. Like all this is cool, but it's like it's so wheel spinning. They get to shoot this, or they're gonna house meld it? Sure. Who did they get here? Kind of forces them to use something now if they have it. What do you do here? I mean, they're doing a powerful amount of spinning their wheels. Man, it's like 2 for 1 anyway. Like they're losing to the Virtue basically on its own. Yep. I mean, they were doing a lot of stuff, but it's like, this, I mean, it just amounts to like the stuff they were doing resulted in them doing more stuff, but it never really progressed their game forward. It just kind of let them continue to tread water, which is cool. They did a ton of stuff, but it just didn't amount to much. Where to me, it's like, in a position like that, and as cool as the deck was, and it got to do a lot of cool stuff, Mulligan Drifter's a great name. As much as it got to do cool stuff, I would just, you know what, I'm on my last loss, I'm just going to go ahead and cube draft again. Like, unless they absolutely couldn't. I'm just going to jam more drafts, you know? It's got a good curve, no reason not to keep it when you live 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't say much about that. Sleeper into Bob into Facebreaker into Chandra. It's pretty crazy, or Crucius now. Depending on how the hand breaks. See if we can get a card out of their hand. Play Bob, what say you? Yep, Memorialize is fine. Keep playing stuff. No choice but to try to just run their hand low. Now, right? Like, get all this counter magic out of their hand. Counterspell, no more lies, just guy. Control. Cryptic Code is good. Can't be blocked, right? Ward 2. Okay, Gonti was a good hit. So now they have a tapped Cryptic Coat. Or Cryptic Coat, what are these, Manifest? Is that a special name? I guess not anymore, it's just face down card. There's Morph, then Manifest, and now there's face down card, which might just encapsulate all of those things. I'm just gonna attack here. I think I'm just gonna end the turn here. They're not doing anything. So it's like, if you're just gonna hold up Counterspell, I have more than enough on board to be able to do something about it. I mean, like, the Tiebinder's cool, it just doesn't do anything. Like, you can hit me for 3 now. Like, you could have already, because it's not blockable. This doesn't change a whole lot. This lets us use Evolved Sleeper's ability. Just present more pressure. That's kind of all I care about. Like, they're just kind of spinning their wheels. They're definitely falling behind now. Okay, 2 mana. They're just going to answer the Grim Lava Mancer here is fine. You may have this creature enter as a copy. Okay. The negative to Chandra here is we just lose Chandra, and I'm not, like, super into that. So I think we're just gonna play Gonti here. Wow. Spell Snare in their deck? Okay. I think we have more going on than they do. So, we'll see. They could have a catch-up card, though, for sure. To get back into this game. That's what Cube's all about. Big swingy plays. Oh, cool. Okay. That's an interesting card. Definitely better early. Pretty cool. Sure. Pretty good. If they're stuck recasting the Cryptic Coat, that's kind of a mess for them. We get to just, like, play Lootmonger, and then we can add mana with Chandra and play Dracosaur. Looks like they're fiddling around in their graveyard here. So, it looks like their only play isn't just the Cryptic Coat. Oh, Treasure Cruise? That's fine. So they're going to replay Cryptic Coat here. Maybe not. 3 mana. Could be a Lightning Helix. Yep, just Cryptic Coat's fine. They just have to snap take 5 because now they're relying on the Cryptic Coat to destroy Chandra. But they can go destroy Chandra, wipe the board. It's very possible potential here. Midnight Clock, sure. So 4 mana. Could be white. No, double white. No, double red. Seems unlikely. I'm just taking the turn off to hit Chandra and facing down lethal? It's an ill-timed explosion. See what they can discard. Evolve Sleeper really pulling his weight this game. So they have to draw 2, then you may discard. They don't have to discard, but they're dead. So they need a 5. They're not straight dead to the Evolve Sleeper if they can do a 3. Look like a 5. Okay. Don't do this one. I'm just going to keep presenting the most possible amount of threats. It just keeps forcing them to have a board wipe turn after turn. Could have held on to that in case of a random discard, but... Again, have to have a board wipe here. Board wipe or bust. They can block with Solemn for sure. I don't have to attack with Crabomination. I can just attack twice in the sky. They're just low on mana, so like the Midnight Clock's not doing a lot for them. Just gonna do this. I'm not even gonna get fancy with the Bit Blast. Yeah, I'm fine going to end a turn. I just want to essentially cut off the amount of cards they get to look at. I don't want to attack with Abomination. I don't want to shoot the Solemn. That could be a mistake for sure. They were low on mana. Overlord of the Mist Moors. Sure. Okay. Good deal. Apologies for the bottle noise. 4 and 2. The deck has some moves. Definitely knocking some of my rust off too. Again, thank you so much for watching the video up to this point. Really appreciate you being here. Hope you're a cube enjoyer. If you're watching this and you made it this far, you gotta be, right? Or at least if you weren't, you are now. It's a good, fun, interesting format. It's one of those formats where, like, even if you lose sometimes, like, sometimes it's, like, all magic. It can be a little cringy, but in cube, a lot of the times, if you're, like, sometimes you lose and you're just like, well, at least my opponent had going on was insane. Opponent goes first. We have Mind Security into Facebreaker into Chandra if we can draw lands. 5-drop Knot was not on my list of things I was looking for today. This was Spear. Okay, Red Aggro. Well, there's a first striker, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna discard Crabomination here. This isn't terribly complex. I mean, you're either gonna shoot it or you're not. Okay. I mean, to my mind, you wait till your turn, but that means they have a 3-mana play for sure. Okay, so they're white as well, so maybe they're stuck on a color. Okay, gives me another play. I'll play the Mind Security before I play that. So, Boros. Land going to the bin here. Just single land, okay. Need a land here. Okay, that's a good one. Get a swamp here. The reason I want to play the 3-drop here over the 2-drop is because I do want to be able to, if I draw an untapped land here, go Lightning Strike plus Mind Security and be as efficient as I can. The ward for this is annoying for them, and the fact that this can keep gaining me life is a boon here. So they're kind of... Okay, that's interesting. We'll just go ahead and block DRC. It's the hardest thing for them to pump outright. So they're just going to jump the DRC back to their hand. Makes sense. We take 4. If we draw an untapped land, I feel pretty good. Okay. So do we shoot and play Grim Lavamancer? We could conversely play Grim Lavamancer plus Mind Security, take 2. That seems a little bit better to me. And we just want to go ahead and gain a life here. It makes the Mind Security a little bit more fragile of a blocker, and we don't want to block with Grim Lavamancer if we can help it. But gaining the life here is pretty important. They're in the tank. They could double block it. They have that option open to them. I wouldn't be sad about a double block here. Or a disconnect. If they disconnect and can get back on, it's not the worst thing if they just take 3 damage. I haven't seen any hovering or anything over any permanents or cards in their in any particular pile, so it could just be a DC issue. Hopefully they get to finish out the game. I don't mind losing if that's the case, right? Like, I'd prefer to win, but it doesn't seem like this is a particularly difficult decision to make, so it just seems like an internet issue. They're ahead right now by all intents and purposes, minus cards in hand. They're ahead on every other metric, though, which are the important metric in a deck like this, because they're giving up card advantage for card velocity in this case. So we'll see if they get connection back here. Hopefully they do. So right now it's just Bolt in their yard. I don't know as though I'll make another Trespasser attack. So we have Bit Blast a little ways off here. Next turn is likely going to be Lightning Strike plus Grim Lavamancer activation. I think that's just the biggest boon we have. Being able to shoot the Kieran most likely. DRC is a threat. Looks like they're reconnected here. Okay. They're back in it. DRC is a big threat if they can get the Delirium. Delirium, right? Yeah, Delirium. This could just be an attack. Okay, they're going to go with these two. Definitely blocking with Mind Security. Okay. This is the same as it shooting the Kieran. The only thing that's bad about this is it makes our mana awkward. So I think we wait. We go to 6. See what their follow-up here is. That's a rough follow-up. Evolve Sleeper's not a removal spell. So if we go remove a Sage of the Sky, we take 4 in the air. We can block a Swift Sphere, block this. For example, we take 2, 4, 6. I think we are dead here. Because of the mobilize from the stadium headliner. Do we just shoot the stadium headliner? We lose a blocker that way. So if we shoot this, we take 2, 4, 5. So they just shoot the trespasser, right? Because they have the ward. Yep, we take 6. I don't think there's much we could have done there. It was the mana screw in chorus with the pressure. I think if we drew land there and could actually go ahead and do a little bit more. If we had drawn Mountain, for example, we could have Lightning Struck, held up the Grim Lavamancer, and played Evolve Sleeper, which then blocks the additional creature. The following turn, we could potentially maneuver from there. But, I mean, that's just kind of what the aggro decks do in this cube. Definitely a little punishing. A little less so for us because we don't have a ton of sacklands, but we did have to fetch off of a Bloodstained Mire. So, there is that. So anyway, that will do it for my first outing with Cube. Definitely will not be my last. If you're watching this, appreciate your time. Don't forget to hit that sub. And until next time, cast more spells.